Hi, Kennedy Cougars. Miss Naumenko here to do a read aloud for you. Just wanted to let you guys know. Oh, that's my puppy Bruce. He wants to apparently be part of the read aloud too. Just wanted to say hi and let you know that we miss you and we cannot wait to get back to school, to give you big hugs and see how you're doing and just catch up. But in the meantime, while we're here home, Miss Pearl had asked me if I would read a book to you guys just to kind of give you some entertainment. So I chose one of my favorite books that I wanted to share with you. You might know it, you might not, but the book is Otis, and it's about a tractor and a calf is another word for a baby cow. So I thought that it's a story a lot about friendship, and I know right now in all the things going on and how it's kind of hard, that friendship's really important, and it's nice to reach out and let everyone know that you're there for them. So I wanted to reach out and let you guys know that we are all here for you. So I'm going to read this to you, and then we have a little surprise at the end. So the story is Otis by Lauren Long. And Otis actually has many books that follow. There's Otis and the Puppy, Otis and the Tornado. There's a Otis Christmas Story. So maybe if you guys like this one, I can do another reading of one of the other ones for you guys. So there was once a friendly little tractor. His name was Otis. And every day Otis and his farmer worked together, taking care of the farm they called home. Otis liked to work. And there's Otis and his farmer on the farm doing their work, and he's smiling. He's super happy. But after working hard all day, Otis was ready to unwind and play. He would ride the rolling hills and skirt Mud Pond down by the corn. He would leapfrog bales of hay and explode through the haystacks. So here he is. He's worked hard all day long, and now he's out having fun, kind of like when you're in school. You work hard all day, and then you get home and you just want to have some fun and relax. On occasion, he would chase a rabbit or play Ring Around the Rosie with the ducks to the sound of his steady putt, puff, puttity chuff. And sometimes at the end of the day, he would just sit under the apple tree and watch the farm below. Every night, tired but happy, Otis would puff, puff into the little stall in the barn that was all his. There he is, relaxing at the end of the day. And there he goes, off to bed in the barn that's all his own. One night, when Otis was fast asleep, the farmer brought a beautiful baby calf into the barn. The calf bawled and bawled for her mother, but when the sleepy sound of the soft putt, puff, puttity chuff came from the next stall, the scared little calf stopped bawling and drifted off to sleep. So there's Otis sleeping, and the calf is nice and comforted by Otis. From that day on, the calf started following the little tractor wherever he went. Putt, puff, puttity chuff. She followed him over the rolling hills and down by Mud Pond. She was right behind him, leapfrogging bales of hay. And the calf made their games of Ring Around the Rosie all the better. Isn't it nice? He has someone to actually play Ring Around the Rosie with. I think Bruce likes the story too. Huh, buddy? You like the story? Is it good? Yeah. Sometimes at the end of the day, the two of them would just sit together under the apple tree and watch the farm below. Otis loved his little calf, and the little calf loved Otis. So there's Otis. He doesn't have to sit by himself anymore under the little tree. Then one day, the farmer surprised everyone with a brand new yellow tractor. "Time to move out, Otis," the farmer said. He took Otis out of the little stall in the barn that was all his and parked him behind the barn. Then he packed the big yellow tractor into the stall next to the little calf. So there's that big fancy new tractor. And there's poor Otis. He's pretty sad that he's being replaced. But the little calf didn't like the big yellow tractor. He had a deep rumbling snore that shook the stall when he slept. There was no one to purr the little calf gently to sleep. no one to spend her days with. And Otis could not even see the farm. As the weeds began to cover his tires, his friend often sat with him, but she could not get him to play like the old days. So there's Otis, covered in weeds. If I had to guess, I'd say Otis is pretty sad. If we look at his face from the last page, I think that we can say that he is pretty sad. It was early summer when the farmer discovered a poster. Who has the prettiest calf in the land? Judges will decide at the county fair and award a fancy blue ribbon to the winner. The farmer knew the answer. He would show the little calf. But on the morning of the fair, the little calf was nowhere to be found. She had wandered down to Mud Pond by the cornfield to cool off. When she waded into the muddy water, her feet sank. With every step, she sank deeper and deeper and deeper. The little calf was stuck in Mud Pond. So there she is going to cool off. And then the further she went in, the more she got stuck. "Get the hands," the farmer shouted when he saw her. All the farm hands came running with their ropes, but the more they tugged, the more the calf got stuck. "Get the big yellow tractor," the farmer shouted. "We can save her." But the big tractor just scared the little calf. She sank in deeper and deeper. Nearby farmers began to gather. So it doesn't seem as though much is helping her right now. "Then call Fire Chief Douglas and the fire truck," the farmer shouted. "They can save our little calf." But the sight of the big red fire truck startled the little calf in even deeper. The farmer was fit to be tied. If the farm hands and the big tractor and even Fire Chief Douglas and his fire truck couldn't save the little calf, who could? There she is. All these people, all this equipment trying to help her. I'm going to stop right there for a minute. Let's make a prediction. A prediction is when you think about what might happen next, using what you already know in the story. So I know a lot about the calf and her relationship with Otis. I'm trying to think of what might happen next. Take a minute and think. What do you think? Who do you think might save her? Oh, there's my other puppy. That's Roxy. Roxy wants to hear the story too. Roxy, do you want to know what happens at the end? All right, let's see. Suddenly, the little calf's ears perked up. Over the hum of the growing crowd, there came a faint sound in the distance, a soft, rhythmic purr. Put, put, puttity-chuff. The crowd turned and looked. Who is it? The sound became louder. Say it with me. Put, puff, puttity-chuff. And all at once, Otis puffed from around the barn. He turned and headed straight towards Mud Pond. Who is coming to save the day? Is that who you thought? Is that what your prediction was? Otis puffed down the rolling hill and pulled right up next to the muddy water's edge. The calf heard her friend's puttering purr and bawled. It was something like a hello. Then, to the sound of his gentle chuff and the amazement of all the people in the crowd, Otis slowly began to circle the pond. He circled, and the little calf turned and turned, never taking her eyes off her friend. So it's kind of like their game of Ring Around a Rosie. With each ring Otis made around the mud pond, the muddy grip loosened until the calf was able to stumble out of the pond on her own. The two friends had found each other again. Look at Otis's face. Is he still sad? Has he changed? Looks like he's pretty happy to me. I think that might be how we all look when we get to see each other again. Otis led the calf right down the dusty road toward the village, and everyone threw flowers as they went, following them into town. It looked like a happy parade. No one needed a fancy blue ribbon to tell them that the calf was a special calf, or that Otis was a special tractor, and the two of them were special friends. Look at everybody cheering them on. Big celebration. From that day on, the farmer discovered, with Otis's puttering purr besides the chicken coop, His chickens laid more eggs. At milking time, with Otis's gentle chuff nearby, his cows produced more milk. On occasion, Otis even got to join the farmer and the big yellow tractor out in the fields. I bet that made him happy. But often at the end of the day, Otis would just sit with his friend under the apple tree and watch the farm below. The end. So now that my story is over, I have a special project for you, I guess we could say. So when we were all together, we did a lot of work on power writing. And I'm sure if we were all together right now, everybody would be raising their hand telling me what power writing is. But in case you forgot, here's a few things about it. So power writing is only 1 minute. Only 1 minute. No longer, no shorter. You have to write for the whole minute. You write as many words as you can. It doesn't have to be sentences. It can be a list of words. It can be paragraphs. If you're having a hard time spelling the word, you can always draw a picture, and spelling does not count. Just try your very best. Count how many words that you were able to write at the end, and then you write your number at the top and give it a big circle. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a word in a minute, and I want you to try to do a power writing with it. To time yourself, you can have someone count to 60. You can time yourself on a cell phone. You can use your microwave or an oven. There's lots of places in your home or lots of ways that you can use to time yourself for 1 minute. No cheating and writing longer than a minute. And then I want you to count up all your words. Now here's a special challenge. I bet you could get people in your family to do the power write with you. And I'd like to know who was able to come up with the most amount of words. Who is the power writing champion in your house? Okay, so before I give you the word, I know you've been communicating with Mrs. Peralta a lot, but I wanted to give you my email address so that way if you wanted to reach out and let me know how your power writing went, just to say hi, maybe let me know what books you're reading or any questions that you have, I wanted to let you know that I'm here for you too. So my email address is Naumenko at bpsma.org, and that's KELLYNAUMENKO. I know it's a hard last name to spell. At bpsma.org, the same ending as Mrs. Peralt has on her email. Okay, and if you forget how to spell it, then you can always ask Mrs. Peralt and she'll let you know. So, your word for your power writing, 1 minute, no longer, no shorter, is the word friend. And I think that really applies to our story today. And I think it really applies to all of you. I know you guys have great friends. I know you know how to be a friend. I know you know what's important about being a friend. And so I think this is a really great power write for you to do. So after you're done, I'd love for you to reach out, send me an email, let me know how it went. I know Mrs. Peralt will be in touch with you, and I can't wait to see you guys. I hope that you're doing well. I hope you're staying healthy, and I hope that, you'll give me the best big hug when we get to see you again. Bye, guys.